As to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Henrik Mkhitaryan. He's not the biggest, strongest or quickest, Peter, but what he lacks in physique, he certainly...
Big header! That's a half-decent try.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Gabriel Jesus. Well-timed, excellent interception. Mkhitaryan. Now, can they get him away? Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Gabriel Jesus.
This is the time you need that pace.
Now it's Gabriel Jesus. That ball looks a good one. Dumfries. Now he's off and running. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Goes for a shot! Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game, it's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, there is here a great sense of expectation as, to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
I think an awful...
Up he goes! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Gabriel Jesus. He's a sharp little ball here. Palacios. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing.
DiMarco. Mkhitaryan.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Probing pass. Sommer gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Barella. Eze. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And this is Mkhitaryan. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Barella. Played out to the left flank. Lovely feet. That is good strength. Cross in. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And here's Barella. Dumfries. Inter Milan looking to pass their way through. Zubimendi with the clearance. And it's Barella. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Spread it left. And he's managed to get free. That's the keeper's ball. Becak. Arsenal still without a single shot on target. Now Dumfries. Inter Milan applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Thuram! They would have been quick to recover this. And it's Marino. That's a sharp pass.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Çalhanoğlu. Oh, it's Mkhitaryan. Oh, that's a fine interception. Gabriel. Eze. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now Zubimendi. 30 minutes gone. Now it's Thuram. Oh, perfectly measured that. Oh, good claim by the keeper.
Oh, Peter, that's as decisive as it comes. The keeper got everything right in that instance.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Ball is over the line. Now it's Thuram. Now, can they get him away? Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. He's in a great position here. Marino. He's got away, and he's been shifted off it. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Çalhanoğlu. Now it's Tukang. That's been cut out, well played. So what can they make of this? Merino. Saliba. Eze. Now it's Gabriel Jesus. Looking to play him in. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Sommer claims comfortably.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Barella. Inter Milan finding their passes. Subimendi. And that interception was... And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Arsenal really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. And here's Thuram, chance for a shot! He's scored!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Good ball, good take. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Showing good feet. Always got a side of... Great chance! Oh, taken with style. A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal?
Shot a goal! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are cruising away.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
And that's it.
179.
That's it for tonight's match. So it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game, it's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
We have already started here.
Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
This could be another episode of the Seho Girassi show, I think, Peter. While he's primarily a poacher, he doesn't really have the composure you need in the penalty area when it comes to his finishing. He's a bit Hollywood or bust regarding that. But when it comes to his general play, he has great composure bringing his teammates into the game. So he just needs to get that clinical edge going.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Dumfries. Nice control. Out of play for a goal kick. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. And here's Thuram. Chance for a shot! Now that is commitment to the cause. Now it's Girassi, tries to play it through. He has found the way through. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
That ball looks a good one. This might spell and a chance! Becak has a look and plays it forward.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
He can run onto that. So much time and space here. Decent chance! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! The breakthrough strike! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Can he latch on to this?
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
Inter Milan upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
That's a decent clearance. And it's Çalhanoğlu.
This is the time you need that pace.
That is ended up in no man's land. DiMarco. And here's Thuram. DiMarco. Long ball upfield. That pass isn't the best. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is
and the shot! Off the post! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, the look on his face says it all.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Mkhitaryan. For Çalhanoğlu. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Brandt is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Real chance! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Barella has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Kanji does really well to win the ball there.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Looking for options for movement. Palacios. Becak. And the pass is intercepted. Into the channel. Can he get onto this? It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Thuram.
There will be
beyond
1
the
minute
defence.
added time.
And he's there to belt it away. Becak kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Inter Milan finding their passes. Thuram! And that's it for the first half, a breathless ending. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Borussia Dortmund are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good.
And the game has already resumed here.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
He's had a shot! And it's in! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Borussia Dortmund are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it. That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Mkhitaryan. Can he spark a counter here? Inter Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Not the most accurate pass. Just about up to the hour now. Çalhanoğlu, Barella. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Barella. DiMarco.
Oh, sweet feet.
Good take, and is he in? And reclaimed it in a trice. It's Çalhanoğlu!
Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund.
Size really
Number
matters, and it's
37,
time to make it matter now.
Number 24, number 10, Brandt.
And that has been cleared.
Number 27, Adeyemi. Number
Get a throw in.
21, number 20, Sabitzer. Number 13, Gross.
And this is Mkhitaryan. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Bensebaini with the clearance. And it's Barella. Sabitzer. Borussia Dortmund perhaps contemplating their next change here. Pass somewhat off target.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Nice look. Can he finish? Oh, what a... And the keeper couldn't hold it. Yes! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, I admire players who do that, because they just don't give up on anything.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Substitutions taking place.
Inter Milan can now introduce the first of their substitutes. 3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. And the counter is on. Half an hour gone in the second half. Carlos Augusto calmly anticipates. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
Might want to be careful there.
It's a searching pass, floated through. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Borussia Dortmund clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Now it's Tukang. Diouf. Oh, super find. He's picked his way through. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Carlos Augusto looking to play him in. Thuram. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. That's a decent clearance.
Inter really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
Sabitzer. Ryerson. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. And here's the chance to counter. Adeyemi. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Sabitzer. Swings it, he gets big! The whistle has gone and it is all over. Borussia Dortmund looking by any yardstick formidable. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
It is a deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. And as you can see, we've already started here. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
This could be another episode of the Seho Girassi show, I think, Peter. While he's primarily a poacher, he doesn't really have the composure you need in the penalty area when it comes to his finishing. He's a bit Hollywood or bust regarding that. But when it comes to his general play, he has great composure bringing his teammates into the game. So he just needs to get that clinical edge going.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He's gone for goal! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Climbs up big! It's fallen kindly here! That's a half-decent try.
Well, I can tell you that the aluminium is still shaking after that. We're talking fractions. That was a great try.
Now, he's got space here. Oh, played through for the wide man. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters. And
Tukang! And the keeper's relieved to see that disappear wide.
oh, he overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
Dumfries. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And that's a good ball. He's having a shot! And that has been clubbed away. Borussia Dortmund so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Barella. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
He intercepts the throw, that's well read. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Gets into some space. And what about this cross? And the keeper gets his hands on it. Barella. Di Marco goes on a run down the left wing. Mkhitaryan. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Thuram is fouled. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Well, this looks promising in terms of Çalhanoğlu! Decent enough try.
Çalhanoğlu certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Becak. Good ball, good take. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Inter Milan are looking to go forward now. And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Barella. He's found a way through. Baini. And they can counter here. Looking for the run. He's in plenty of space here. And it's hoisted clear. Barella. Dumfries. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Ball has bounced loose now. Inter Milan looking to pass their way through. Ryerson. There's a sharp little ball here. Çalhanoğlu. Shot could be on. Well, that looks a decent ball. Always onto this. Palacios cuts it out. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Looking for options for movement.
There will
A
be 1
slightly
minute
better
added
ball
time.
would have led to a very different outcome there.
Inter clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Borussia Dortmund really have looked a bit disjointed to me. Their passing has let them down in key moments, but that's also due for the need of better movement to create more options in the danger areas, something the manager, I think, has to stress to them now.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And we are back underway.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Dimarco. Becak. Barella. Here's the return pass. Çalhanoğlu.
Inter couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
He's had a shot! The interplay was really good, but that's where it stops.
The 1- and 2-touch football that cut through the middle was a joy to behold. Talent and technique of the highest standard.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Now it's Barella. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. Corner number 2 then.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund. Number 37, number 9, Girassi. Number 10, Brad. Number 24, coming on the field, number 27, Adeyemi. Number 21, number 13, Gross. Number 20,
Oh, it's
Sabitzer.
terribly wayward.
The attendance for
There
this
isn't a whole
match
lot
was
anyone can do with that corner.
62,005.
That's an imaginative pass. Palacios kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Tukang. Shapes to shoot!
Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could well be revisited, this. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Oh, he couldn't quite make it.
A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Çalhanoğlu. That's a sharp pass. No, that's been intercepted. Borussia Dortmund are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Aims beyond the defence. Sabitzer.
Oh, well played.
DiMarco. And it's DiMarco. Now it's Tukang. Bensebaini. Now it's Sabitzer. Ryerson. That's been slipped through. Can he finish?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Knocks it into space. Sabitzer.
Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner.
Substitution in progress.
It's their second corner of the game. And that should get the job done.
Borussia Dortmund really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
And the shot! No mistake! Finally, the deadlock is broken!
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless. Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have our breakthrough.
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off?
Time is running out here.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, and no half measures from here.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Adeyemi.
Gross, real chance! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Gross clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
That's going to go a long way.
There will be 3
And
minutes
now they
added
can
time.
spring out of defence. Now it's Tukang. He's shifting through the gears here. Ryerson. And back to the keeper.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending.
Tukang. Tries to play it through.
And we're done.
Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest.
And now, to all members of the crowd,
So, Jim, how do you
I'd like
reflect
to
on
ask
what
you
we've
to-
seen?
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here,
Hello,
a clear
everybody.
night,
Welcome
all
to
the
the
ingredients
match.
for a showcase game
Borussia
that the
Dortmund
passionate crowd
against
demands.
Barcelona.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
We have already started here.
That's gone all the way through to the keeper. And he was quick to react.
Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Becak tries to play it through. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, this fella, the French Ghanaian Seho Girassi, is a very interesting option. He's blessed with pace. He enjoys playing the low role up front. He's instinctive. He's opportunistic, and he really works for his team too, because when it comes to defence, he has to become the first line, and he never shies away from that. He's happy to embrace it and work hard.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team.
Yamal.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Brandt. Borussia Dortmund are looking to break at pace. Oh, that's fabulous. Real chance. Shoots! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Borussia Dortmund with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Lovely pass, but can he finish? Goal! Borussia Dortmund!
And it's Borussia Dortmund who take the lead.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Borussia Dortmund have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this will...
Goes for a shot! It's bounced back off the post.
That's a throw.
And it's De Jong. Dani Olmo
Cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
And he's had a hit! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Dani Olmo.
With the short one.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Girassi. Well timed, excellent interception. Dani Olmo. And here's Yamal. Dani Olmo. De Jong. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Looking to play him in, and he's picked out the run.
Crunching tackle.
Girassi.
Showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Can he latch on to this? Martin kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. De Jong. Looking for options for move.
That could spell trouble.
And he's managed to get rid. And it's Kunde.
It's an early cross. Lewandowski!
Harmlessly behind. Pedri gathers from the goal kick. Played into space. Can he get onto this? He's on it.
Big chance!
Well, now...
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that.
Barcelona have the chance to go the other way.
There's the shot! He's got a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And yes, it's him again.
Borussia Dortmund.
Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty.
Borussia Dortmund presented with a golden opportunity here.
So this to extend their lead. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it.
A time for a cool head, and that is precise. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will.
Borussia Dortmund absolutely dominated that half, Peter, and now it's all about game management. There's no need to overstretch themselves, just stay calm and see this one out.
Borussia Dortmund are cruising it at half-time, 3-0 ahead. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Kunde. Yamal.
Time and again they are repelled.
Now it's Girassi. Özcan, who played through for the wide man. That is good alertness. De Jong. And Yamal. Pass somewhat off target. Becak. Nicely weighted ball.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
No, that was never going to make it. Martin.
De Jong.
Now it's Yamal. It's a searching pass. Neatly clipped into space. Ter Stegen clears it away. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Aims beyond the defence.
Now this could be a chance.
And reclaimed it in a trice.
Cleared away.
And it's De Jong. Borussia Dortmund really do look to have it all sewn up here.
And that's been drilled in. And he's there to clear it.
Knocks it into space. No, it's come to nothing.
De Jong.
But he's forced to go back. And it's Martin. That has ended up in no man's land.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Araujo makes the interception. Koundé, there's a sharp little ball here. Yamal's cross.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Number 37. Number 10.
Engages and forces him off the ball.
Number 24. Coming on the field. Number 21. Number 27.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Nicely intercepted.
Joe Bellingham. Number 20. Sabitzer. Substitution in progress.
Nicely shaped ball. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And that's been won straight back. Borussia Dortmund perhaps contemplating their next change here. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. That's a cute ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out. 75 minutes played. Great vision. Gavi. So what can they make of this? And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Rashford is onto this. And that has been cleared. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Searching pass he's played there. Dink through. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And that's put paid to a promising move. Ahead by 3, but they won't want to take their foot off the pedal. That's the keeper's ball. Gavi. Dani Olmo. The most accurate pass. Now it's Yamal. Rashford. Shot, surely! Loose ball now, and there's a chase. Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, that's neat. Gavi. Oh, what a ball!
Lamine Yamal really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Real chance! Excellent. And the referee brings it to a close. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. After all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think we just saw a team
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking...
And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
This could be another episode of the Seho Girassi show, I think, Peter. While he's primarily a poacher, he doesn't really have the composure you need in the penalty area when it comes to his finishing. He's a bit Hollywood or bust regarding that. But when it comes to...
Chance! He scored!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even...
Tries a shot! He has done it! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
How very smart. He just got it right.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
Borussia Dortmund grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Nicely shaped ball. Not the most accurate pass. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Lovely ball, and can he finish?
Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. That's a decent clearance.
That's a throw.
Now that's a fine challenge. Corner number 2 then. That's really well cleared. Gavi. Oh, such a clever touch. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Rashford really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. He's having a shot!
Goal! Barcelona! And they've got their lead back.
So smooth. A signature finish.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently, and he picked out the perfect target.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
And it's Lewandowski.
There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Chan.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Knocks it into space. Brandt. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ryerson. Anton. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Rashford. Pedri. Girassi. And now the breakaway. Tries to play it through. Now who's going to be first to this? Yamal. And it's Lewandowski. And it's Pedri. Can he get it through? Rashford gets flagged offside. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. No, that's been intercepted. Pedri. Nice looking ball. Can he get onto this? It's a promising position. Oh, nice touch. Defending of the desperate variety. And we hit half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker and entice the opposition.
It's Lewandowski! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Lewandowski actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Barcelona have their third corner. That's not going far. Now, can they get him away? Danger averted for now. In comes the corner. So their fourth corner of the game. Borussia Dortmund have the chance to go the other way. And it's lofted through here. And it's made its way to him. Has a look and plays it forward. Chan. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Becak. Borussia Dortmund looking to pass their way. Girassi! Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. And here's Rashford. Shoots! Sticks it away! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Barcelona take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Looking to play him in, dink through, and that's a simple one for the keeper. Now it's Fabio Silva, nicely weighted ball. Oh, what a ball! Yamal.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Borussia Dortmund perhaps contemplating their next change here. Foot in. Threads one in. This is a chance for Borussia Dortmund to break. Now then, the ball's come loose. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Now it's Pedri. Oh, a delicate chip through. Yamal, Fernandez, Rashford, Yamal. Oh, that's well spotted. Borussia Dortmund finding their passes. That's an imaginative pass.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Chan. 75 minutes played. Brandt, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Brandt showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Rashford. Can he get on the end of this? That's a nicely shaped ball. He is through here, and the shots! Relentless! Just relentless! And the lead is extended still further. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Barcelona grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy. Looking for options for movement. And the shot! It's a goal! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? They've won a corner. They're up to 5 corners now. And they've got rid. Smoothly does it. Oh, that's a fine interception. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. And he's there to retrieve it. Balde. De Jong. Passing is crisp and sharp. And he's found a way past. And it's De Jong. Adeyemi.
So what can they make of this? Oh, delightful ball. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
And he was quick to react. Adeyemi.
Great vision.
Oh, no joy this time.
Becak.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Now it's Fabio Silva. Tries to pass it through.
Big chance! He's got a goal! Deep, deep into injury time! And that is that. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We have already started here. Well, 5 at the back, Jim. It does feel fairly defensively oriented, this formation.
Well, you could say it's a lineup that's all about creating positive transitions. The lack of width in midfield with just 3 in there makes the role of the fullbacks more crucial, or wing-backs. You have to have them constantly push up, forcing opposition players back and giving your team a little more freedom.
Easier said than done.
That's right, but it does work very well, provided you have the right players to pull it off.
Palmeiras have the chance to go the other way. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Atalanta have a free kick. To Ketelara. Sulemana!
Wonderful! Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So, a breakthrough already. Kosunu is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And the shot! And yes, it's there! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Tries to pass it through. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Goes long and straight. Can he get it through? Oh, he's getting hounded, really hounded. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Really fierce, close defending. Atalanta do have a chance to counter here. It's a pretty loose pass. Palmeiras looking to pass their way through. And it's Pasalic.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Sulemana. Now it's Paulinho. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Passing is crisp and sharp. Cleared away. Nicked it back promptly. Gets into some space. Ah, lovely feet. And he's onside.
He did so well to create the room to get the shot away.
That's a decent clearance. And no, he's seen through all of that. Atalanta are looking to go forward now. He's through, now is he in? Has a shot!
Oh, that was venomous.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. And there's green grass ahead of him. He's through and shot at goal! They've scored! And the comeback is complete! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Chance, surely! Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Now they can break here. Nice-looking ball. Oh, that's a key interception.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
No, that's been intercepted. That's a cute ball. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And they're not going to make any further progress now.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And it's Pasalic. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Looking for options for movement. Pasalic. Oh, well measured. Oh, he's bustling, and he shoots! And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. The midway point of the game.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
And the game has already resumed here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
He's in a great position here. Palmeiras have their second corner now. He's having a go! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
No, he's not getting past him there. Not the most accurate pass. De Ketelaere. Paulinho. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, that's ambitious. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 3 coming up. Looking tidy in possession here. Opts to Paulinho! And he's really put himself on the line here. Corner number 4 coming up here. And now a sudden chance to counter.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Quarter of an hour into the second half.
He's tried one! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Keeper's dealt with that. It's a searching pass. This looks promising. There's the shot! Backward it goes.
Atalanta really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Ambitious ball here. And he's cut it out. Paulinho. Atalanta needed that. They really needed it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that is a nice touch. And he's away. And the shot! De Roon. Half an hour gone in the second half. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Played out to the left flank.
Palmeiras clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
There will be a throw-in.
Substituição no time do Palmeiras. Camisa 10, camisa 23, camisa 32, camisa 16, camisa 12.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Camisa 9, camisa
This is Felipe
7,
Anderson.
Felipe Anderson.
He's had it taken off him. Time is running out here.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Shot could be on. And that's a dangerous ball. They've got to be quick to recover this.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Musa gets a foot in here. And he welcomes it in. It's the keeper's ball. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. And he was quick to react. And that pass just didn't quite work. And that will be it. Atalanta can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were...
Well, the opening day of any competition is special for everyone. A red letter day for everybody here, and those of you who have joined us for our live coverage. I hope everybody is comfortably strapped in for the ride. We're sure that this will be a feast of football, irresistible, emotional, a roller coaster for everyone involved. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how. Lewandowski! And that has been clubbed away.
Mikel Merino proves just a little bit too strong.
Great chance!
And it's Bellingham.
And here's it's Lewandowski! David Villa! And he's there to get it away. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Well, that's a little loose. And that was very necessary. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
This man Rudiger's going to be a very stern test for any attacker to beat, Peter. He's amongst the smartest defenders around with his positioning, and he's got the pace and strength to deal with the quickest opponent. He's not going to fall for...
David Villa! Harmlessly behind.
Been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
Might be danger here. Chance, surely! That's a half-decent try.
That's a decent clearance.
Now, can they get him away? Now the cross. And it's hoisted clear. And he shoots! Just off target. Plenty of endeavour from either side, but not much of it in the vicinity of either goal.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far. Malaysia really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
He's got away with one there.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
They've played it short. Now the delivery.
Cleared without hesitation.
And the shot! It's hit the upright. Aimed in towards the centre.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Rijkaard. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Lewandowski looking for a runner. David Villa. Now it's Villa. It'll be a throw-in. Rijkaard. He's found a way through. Pressure coming in from all directions. Lewandowski! And it's Serginho. Serginho's... It's a mighty effort! Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front. That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Rijkaard. Not the most accurate pass. Inter Milan leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. And the score is 1-0. Spread out to the left. Oh, nice touch. That's gone for a throw-in. Very nicely done. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. David Villa, who's steaming forward. Oh, good-looking ball. And it's been played through. He goes for a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Oh, the pass was sublime. The finish was substandard. What a disappointment.
Up he goes! Danger averted for now. And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
There's plenty of positives to take, despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy. A little more composure up front, perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Inter Milan are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Bellingham receives it in a good position here. Lewandowski, and this is Lewandowski. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Out to the right. That's good play. Looking for the run, and it's made its way to him.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Nicked it back promptly. Hakimi. Van Dijk. Lewandowski looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, as you'd expect, Peter, that defence ought to know when to step up or drop off, and they finally made a decision to get tighter.
Bellingham. Oh, shooting chance! He's scored! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Numero 9.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Malaysia finding their passes. Now it's Villa. And Inter now could counter-attack.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.953 spettatori.
Ooh, a delicate chip. He rises! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Attenzione, un cambio.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
There's the shot! And it's there! And they are pulling clear here. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Can he finish? Oh, taken with style. It is no contest. It is a landslide. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Played out towards the right wing. That's tidy. Played into the box. And that is expertly dealt with. Inter Milan do have a chance to counter here. Hakimi. And Reinders. And it's Bellingham. Now it's Marino. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Lewandowski. Tries a shot! And that has put paid to that. Driving forward. Hakimi. Decent chance! He has done it! They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
Inter Milan are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Merino. Can he get on the end of this? Cute ball now, how can he reach it? That's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Owen really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Now it's Owen. He's looking wide. Played back into the centre. Looking here to chip it through.
Inter have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Looking for options for movement. It's a promising position. Played in deep. Cleared away. Serginho cuts out the pass.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Il quarto uomo indica 4 minuti
Knocks
di
it out
recupero.
wide. He's in space and looking for options. Gets into some space. Great vision. Chance for a shot! Goal! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
So here comes the substitution. We've got amongst the goals here, and now he takes his leave.
I think he's put in a good shift, and their fans appreciate that. I think he can feel pretty happy with the contribution he's made.
Malaysia playing for pride. And the referee brings it to a close. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours...